AITA for forcing my daughters to share a birthday party. AITA for making my daughter share a birthday party. I'm a single mom to triplets 15F 15F 15F. Usually for our birthdays I give them $150 each to take their friends for dinner, and they go to different restaurants. For their Sweet 16 they want a big party with a DJ, a venue and lots of invites. A venue would be around $500 and with all the additional things like decorations, DJ invites, food, it would be around $1,200–1,400 and that's the cheapest we can do. I can afford that once, but they want 3 individual parties which would be over $4,000. I can't really afford $4,000 for birthday parties, so I told them no. I could throw 3 smaller parties, but it would be a huge hassle deciding who gets to have the party on their actual birthday, as I can't plan 3 parties in one day and they have a lot of common family, friends. I was willing to do it anyway, but a smaller party means no venue, no DJ, cheaper food and drinks, and my daughters aren't okay with that. I've tried explaining to them I can't afford it, but they just told me to get an extra job. One of them is mad they can't have their own Sweet 16s. I told them the budget was $1,200 and they could figure out how to spend it. Should I get an extra job, AITA? They just told me to get an extra job. And with that, their chance of any kind of party is gone. NTA. I would give them the money for the party and tell them to plan the party they want with the money they are given and organize the logistics of having everybody they want there and on which days. If they want more money, they can get a weekend job themselves, so they can learn that getting an extra job to pay for it is not as easy as it seems. You would be a major though if you got another job, because you would be rewarding bad behavior. You will be teaching them they can disrespect you and demand and get whatever they want by throwing a tantrum, and you would be failing to teach them an important life lesson about the value of money. This will not make them well-rounded adults. Your children will not suffer for having smaller or joined parties. NTA, this is ridiculous. Just put your foot down on this. Explain to them the costs and logistics. Only give them options. You are happy with 1 party for all of them, 3 normal dinners with no party, or Uber Eats at home. Let them choose which one they want. Honey, you gave birth to 3 girls on the same day. Send them to the movies with $20 each. Spend $1,140 on a party for yourself. NTA. Nope. Expecting you to get a second job to fund their birthday parties is ridiculous. If they want these parties so badly, they should be babysitting or doing other age-appropriate jobs, like helping the neighbors with yard work or snow removal or house cleaning, so they can come up with the rest of the funds they want. Depending on your area and job availability, they might even be able to get food service or retail jobs. You're already giving them almost 3 times their usual birthday budget, and there just isn't more you could reasonably give them. NTA, but you definitely fed up raising your daughters. How can you be that entitled? Even $1,200 is a lot. They are 16, old enough to get a job. If they want to spend more money than what you have, they should work for it. This is insane. I'm actually pissed off just by reading that. There is a great book my mom gave me when my eldest daughter turned 13. It's called Princess Bitch Face Syndrome. It perfectly articulates the horror of ungrateful teenagers. I recommend you read it. As for your daughters, tell them their individual budgets and offer that they can have separate parties or combine for a big party, but they need to decide by X date so you can prepare. Then buy a quality pair of earplugs so you can't hear their bitching, and wait for them to decide. Hell is a room filled with teenagers planning a party. But they just told me to get an extra job. Really? At that point all birthday parties would be a firm no. End of. How entitled are your daughters? Seriously. They are acting like spoilt brats. You are honestly on here questioning whether you are an arsehole when your children spoke to you like that. Like, no lady. They don't get to be mad that you can't afford separate big parties. If that's truly what they want, then I suggest they get jobs to pay for it, instead of putting it all on you and telling you to get another job to pay for a party or three. NTA for not being able to afford it and telling them no. YTA for raising spoiled brats who talk to you like that. NTA. But they just told me to get an extra job. I'm not sure why you think you're the asshole. Your daughters are acting like massive brats and bullies more so than the average teen. Think it's time for a reality check. 15/16 is old enough to get jobs themselves. If they want to save up for a $1,000 birthday party, they better get working. Don't let teenagers walk all over you. NTA. You were willing to compromise on 3 smaller parties. They refused. They are old enough to understand that you need to make choice in life and that you won't always get what you need. If they wanted a big individual party so bad, they should have saved their own money to be able to afford it. NTA. Full disclosure. I'm not super familiar with the whole sweet 16 inches deal. It's never been a thing where I live, but from where I stand, it feels like it's a very big deal to a certain kind of teenager. Kinda bratty, kinda spoiled, who expect a big production out of it. Well, you apparently have 3 of those. And although I fear 16 is a bit late to learn that lesson, they should learn that money doesn't grow on trees and they can't have it all. Don't get an extra job. If anything, make them pick up an extra job. NTA. I get that they want their own parties, but expecting you to get a second job just to pay for these parties is out of control. This sounds like a plot from My Super Sweet 16. No op. You shouldn't be getting a second job. Your daughters are old enough to have jobs. If this is important to them, they can dig in and raise the cash. Recommendation. Stop doing everything for them. Tell them what each of their budgets are. Explain options. Small separate parties at $X. One bigger party if they combine forces at $XX. If they really want big blowout separate parties, they can figure out how to raise more money. They get jobs. Or they cut costs. Less expensive venue. Instead of a DJ, a buddy handles the music. Hell, if they are all committed to separate parties, they can work together to put each other's party on, DJ for each other, etc. These are life skills. They have a starting budget from you. If they want more, they can do more. Stop doing it all for them. The fact they think you should be the one getting the second job and that you're even considering it is hugely problematic. NTA. Time to grow a spine with your daughters. You shouldn't get another job. The daughters should. NTA. The get an extra job comment would have put the kibosh on any parties if the ungrateful brats had said that to me. They'd be getting 2 things on their special day: a job and a dose of reality. NTA. Good grief. Tell them to get jobs if what you provide isn't sufficient. By the header I would have said Eureta. I get they want their own, as they are 3 different people who happen to be born at the same time. Have you sat down with them to explain the costs involved, as they need to understand parties are expensive. They need to compromise on have the big one together, or they get a few quid to hang out with mates. NTA. I really don't get the US's obsession with the blowout party just for a 16th birthday. It's not a special age. NTA. Please don't get another job just for separate parties. I get that they are 3 separate people and want their own thing. But that's insane. They just told you to get another job. Tell them one big party or 3 smaller parties. Always had the same party for my twins and they were boy, girl. I wouldn't even consider separate parties as it will turn into a competitive mess and someone will be upset, plus way too expensive and time-consuming. Your triplets need to show more respect to their parents. One great party is more than enough. Be a parent, not a friend to them. WTF, is even a sweet 16? Nothing happens when you're 16. It's just another year. They can have the one party and share it. Or not. You're already doing way more than normal.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.